What up, guys? KCRC Rock Bouncer here. Let me turn my music down just a second. I am here to do kind of a little, not a request video, but I've got a subscriber that's been asking for some advice, and I would like to help him out the best I can. So, what I've done so far is just taken this tire and wheel combo apart with my eBay wheels, which pretty much all my wheels are eBay wheels except for these ones, the new Vanquish, whatever, they're 105s or something, or 310s, I don't know what they're called. Anyways, so what the point of the video is we're starting out with a Proline 19 XL foam, dual stage. Now, this is actually not a stock foam. If you see right here, I've actually narrowed the foam a little bit, not by much. When you get these stock, the blue inner foam is the exact same width as the outer white foam. So as you can see, I've taken off just a little bit. And the reason for that is, as you can see, the profile of this tire, it just naturally kind of pinches in on the inside. And I really hate the poofed out look on some of these tires because that's not how they're supposed to look. And one foam is not going to fit every tire profile perfectly. It's just not going to happen. So you got to get into modifying stuff. The way I actually modified this inner foam is I've got blue masking tape. So I take whatever size is needed, and I actually, what's left of the foam is where the tape was. So I started out, I think I used 2 strips. I don't think I just used 1, but I mark out how much I want to take off each side with a strip going all the way around. So yeah, I'll just start, go around it, go around the other side, and then I actually have, I'll go ahead and use it, get it out, about this to my table right here, and then I put just a hacksaw blade that sticks up at an angle. I come at the blade and then just sit there and saw through it, and as I saw through it, I rotate the foam, which obviously as I saw through it, you only go so far or so deep into the foam, you know, with each cut. So it takes a few rotations before you get all the way through the foam, but I've found this to be the cleanest method to leave you the cleanest edge over anything else. So that's the way I've been going with. Now what my buddy's question was is, you know, when you get the foam inside the tire, is making sure that everything's centered up and that the tire's not lumpy and looking funky and stuff. See, if I open that up in there, I need a little better lighting. Let's see if I, okay. Darn it. I don't have real good lighting right here. Actually, I've got plenty of light, but it's just not lighting that up in there. So what he's worried about is basically the foam, and I'm pulling the tire out like that for just demonstration purposes, is in one spot it's sticking like that, and then another spot it's nice and flush how it should be. Well, what my suggestion is as soon as you put it in there, kind of wiggle the tire back and forth to get your hard foam, your hard inner, centered in the tire where you need it. And then what I do is I stick my fingers in here, put a thumb on one side and the finger on the other, and I grab the soft foam on both sides and I actually push it to be square even with the outside top edge of the tread. So what I do is just my finger in there. Now I know it looks fast, so I'll step back a little bit so it doesn't look as fast. But I'll just sit there and work both sides. In fact, I feel like my thumb works it in there a little better than my fingers do. So I'll go all the way around on one side, flip the tire over, put my fingers in there again, and then go back around. And then after you do that, you recenter your inner foam. And I even pinch it like that to do it, right? Now this is dang near full-size foam for a tire that's meant to fit it, so not such a big deal. Now I'm just going to go ahead and for demonstration purposes, go ahead and mount this. So I get my ring in there, right? After my ring's in there, just the same way, like right there if you saw, we'll flip it around. The bead is not actually set against the ring where it's supposed to be. So that's the point of working the tire around it. And you don't have to push real hard, you just gotta finesse it. Some tires are definitely easier than others, and some can be really difficult. Now, if you're having a super hard time, more than likely it's because you're trying to stuff a lot of foam into, you know, a small space. I don't want to say a lot of tire or a little bit of tire, but what ends up making it really hard is how your beadlock wheel clamps together. I hear some of you guys buy wheels where you have a center section and then a loose ring and a loose ring, and then you have to put them together like this. You guys are crazy for buying wheels like that. I don't do that. Now, this ring does bolt to this inner ring, but it bolts to it. What actually clamps them together, now this design was clearly stolen from Vanquish. These are Chinese wheels. I love Vanquish wheels, but I'm sorry, I'm not willing to spend $180, $190 on a set of wheels, and that's after you buy hubs too. When I can buy the same thing with hubs complete for $50 for 4. I can almost buy 4 sets of wheels. I like Vanquish. I spent $153 on these, and I love them. They're worth it. That's without the hubs though, guys. I already had hubs. I used eBay hubs for them. So, I mean, $150 just, yeah, it's crazy. But they're awesome, but meh. Anyways, these are an easier clamping style because on the back you only have 5 bolts to pull the wheel together. This is 5, this one's 5. The Vanquish ones right here are actually 6. Now the difference I found between the Vanquish wheels and the eBay wheels is eBay wheels use a fine thread. Vanquish wheels use a coarse thread, so the Vanquish wheels actually clamp faster. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with either of them. There really isn't. I think that the Vanquish ones, honestly, would, if I had to nitpick on one or the other, I would say the coarse thread tends to try and misthread a little more often than the other one would. I find something to put it down on. That way I can push the beads together, because what a lot of people have problems with, and I have problems with, is if you just try and pinch the wheel like this, well, yeah, you're bringing these two together, but the other ones are all separating. The wheel is spinning, it's getting cocked, it's not helping you. If you lay the wheel down on something, you can go ahead and push down on 2 sides of the bead. Push just hard enough to get your screw started. Get one in. There's the rest of my screws right there where I can't see them. Same thing. Push down. Get the screw started. So 2 are already started, so the other 3 should just fall right in without even having to pinch the wheel. Very thirsty, apparently. Oh shoot. I screwed up and did this video in the wrong type, wrong format. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it, guys. Alright guys, I had to skip by because I'm running out of time, so. Here is another XL foam that's been trimmed. With the outside foams, I actually use a blade and I cut in and then just slowly trim that out.
Can I take all your quarters?
Not right now. And then here is another XL foam where I had cut down the inner, and on this one all I did was narrow it. I did not change the actual diameter. Here is what started out as a regular XL size foam on the outside, but just from time of being in this tiny tire, it has changed size drastically. So hold on guys. I'm gonna finish this video of me just putting this tire around this foam because this video is gonna end in like 15-20 seconds. Same process, bud. Work your way around.
That's a really good video.
That's not bad. Hi, baby. Like I said, they're not going to be perfect, but once you get the tire on, it looks a lot better. Later, guys.